Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. When we were talking about the abnormality, we can see here that the net profit in December 2019 was 11,000 crore rupees, but in March 2020, it was 6,500 rupees, 6,500 crore rupees. Whereas the operating revenue was not impacted at all. The sales was down a little bit, but the operating profit was almost same. And the difference was of other income. So the other income which was supposed to come in the same quarter was postponed to the next quarter. Why that is so? Because in March quarter, after March quarter results, every stock was down. So it was okay if the profitability was hampered a little bit. Because in any ways, because of the overall situations, every stock had to go down. So in that case, they took a liberty to postpone other income from this quarter to another quarter. And in another quarter, next quarter means in the June quarter, because they had to get some pie from Facebook, Microsoft, and other angel investors. They were selling their shareholding to other companies, and they had to show a run-up. So at that time, if there will be increased profitability, then it will support the price movement. And that's why from the earlier quarter, this number was postponed to the next quarter. So this is how these operators will keep on doing few things. If the operators need to bring the prices down, they will ask promoters to post a little bit lower net profit by showing a margin pressure. And the stock price will come down. A lot of retail investors will be selling because the quarterly results are not good results. And on TV, a lot of TV anchors will be shouting for that this industry is facing a lot of problem, and that's why margin pressure is there and profitability is down. Retail investors will sell, operators will buy, and next quarter, everything will reverse immediately. Everything will reverse immediately. So quarterly results are not that important. Please note it down. After selecting a good company, quarterly results are not that important. If a company has a long 10 years or more solid price performance in terms of stock price performance as well as the business performance, the growth in the revenue and the growth in the net profitability, then one quarter bad results are not that important. Because neither the product has been failed nor the management has been failed. All are same. For example, right now, if we see two results, one is, one second. So during this quarter, if we see two results, one is Relaxo. What has happened to the quarterly result? This is down. And sales is also down in comparison of the last year, same quarter. Right? Whereas the same rival, Bata India, the revenue is higher. And higher means, no, September quarter results have not been published yet, but still, in case of Relaxo and in case of Havels also, September quarter results are not good results in terms of net profitability. So the net profit is down from 302 crore to 187 crore. However, if we see a track record from 304, then 370, 581, then a little bit down, and this is not down actually. See, from 304 to 370 was okay because other income was same. But 581 was the abnormal one because of the abnormal other income. That is 222. Had it been 25 crore only, then it would have been a little bit normal growth. And next year, when the net profit is down from 581 to 446, would have been normal, because this 581 was the abnormal profit because of the abnormal other income. Then same in the year 2016, this 1300 crore rupees of net profit is because of what? 949 crore rupees of other income. Otherwise, this was not this much. And after that, they are consistently increasing the net profit. So one quarter net profit down, just in company like Havels and in the company like Relaxo, it doesn't make any difference. So if due to fall in quarterly results, these companies' share price are coming down, then this is just an opportunity, nothing else. We don't need to worry about it. Are you getting my point? So quarterly results, in case of these great companies, are giving good opportunities. That's it. Right? So we are moving ahead. We were on Reliance Industries. In case of Reliance Industry here, these were, I will say, manipulated. It was transferred from one quarter to another quarter. And in this quarter, second quarter, June quarter, the tax rate, which was more than 25%, 20%, was dropped to 2% itself. How can it be possible? Means in accounting, rather than to pay advance tax, they decided to pay tax later on with the interest. Why? Just to show more profit, just to show more net profit, so that the price movement could be supported by the net profitability. Because everybody, and especially retail investors, are not going into detail. What they are saying is just a headline. And what is the headline? In March quarter, headline was Reliance Industries net profit down by 50%. And the price came down so that operators could buy. And in the next quarter, what was the headline? The net profit went double in comparison of last quarter. Otherwise, what are the real numbers? You can see there's a big difference in real numbers. If we see net profit, then June quarter net profit is double. However, what is the reality? Reality is June quarter sales is down. June quarter sales is down by almost 30%. June quarter operating profit is down by 6,000 crore, 5,000 crore. When revenue is down and operating profit is down, then results are bad in June quarter. But how it has been shown? As if the net profit has gone double. Are you understanding? We need to go a little bit deeper. We need to check the other income and we need to check the tax rate just to see if there is an abnormality. So the numbers are good or bad in terms of sales only. And because of this, the opportunity is created. We need to see what operators want and how operators are connected with the promoters. In September quarter, because September quarter was also hit by the pandemic, and the profit before tax was 10,000 crore. In September quarter, profit before tax was 10,000 crore. And if they had paid 25% income tax, then net profit would have been 7,500 crore. And this 7,500 crore would have been very much less than the 13,000 crore rupees of net profit, which would have been negative for the company's stock share price movement. So that's why they decided to pay zero income tax again. Just to show that the company is not doing that bad. In the same next quarter also, just to maintain the high profitability and to push the prices much more higher, they decided to pay almost nil income tax. Now see, in the March quarter, to maintain the same profitability, they decided to pay 8% income tax rather than to pay 25 or 0. And then with the normality in sales and every economic activity, they started posting normal income tax. And when in June quarter, they paid 29% income tax. Whereas 29% income tax was paid only in the month of March earlier. And that's it. So they are playing with the accounting policies. And they are not doing anything illegal. Please remember, they are not doing anything illegal, because not paying advance tax and paying that income tax later on with the interest is absolutely legal. But retail investors are not understanding this. Why? Because they are not reading the data. What they are reading the news and headline. That's it, nothing else. So we need to be very careful. We need to be very careful. We need to see what is happening with sales and what is happening with operating profit. And at that time, we need to see if any of the raw material is available at a higher price because of the inflation, due to which the net profitability is coming down. We need to understand the cycle of that industry. We need to see that. For example, in this quarter, Ultratech Cement September quarter results are down in comparison of last year's same quarter. However, the revenue is up from 12,000 crore to 13,000 crore. If we see ACC Cement, then again, the revenue is up from 3,700 crore to 3,900 crore. However, the net profit is down, even in negative. Same, if we see Sri Cement, then revenue is up from 3,300 to 4,000 crore, but the net profitability is down. This is because of one simple reason. The input cost has gone up, and they could not pass on every increased cost to the customer in the same quarter. So either of two things will happen now. Either the input cost, the inflation on input cost will be trimmed down and the raw material prices will become normal so that they can make more money, or if the raw material prices do sustain at the higher level, in that case, they will be increasing the prices of their product and they will pass on the cost to the customer. Either of these two things will happen. But suddenly a rise in raw material prices, means none of the company in this world can pass on the increased amount immediately in the same quarter. Right? Immediately it cannot be passed on. And in later quarters, either of two things happen. Either the raw material prices will cool off, or the increasing cost will be passed on to the customers. So we need to be careful. In this scenario, we need to see what peer group companies are doing. So if we see ACC numbers are in negative. So ACC numbers would have been bad numbers if all other cement manufacturers were posting good numbers. But when every cement manufacturer are posting bad number, it means this is due to the cycle. It's okay. Are you getting my point? But a lot of people would be selling and exiting just because cement companies posted bad numbers. Can we imagine India, a $30 trillion economy, from $3 trillion economy without cement companies? Can we imagine? But retail investors are not thinking that way. And why they are not thinking that way? Because they want to make money very next day. Today they have bought a call or put, or they have sold a call or put, and next day they want to make money. They are not behaving like a businessman. And when they are not behaving like a businessman, then they cannot earn like a businessman. They are behaving like a daily labor. Maximum like an employee who wants his salary at the end of the month at least. Boss, I have worked for 30 days. I want my money. And daily labor, I have worked for the day. Give me my money. And what businessman says? Okay, I'll be buying it today. And if I'll be making much more money after 6 months, I am happy. In these 6 months, I don't want anything. You understand? We need to behave like a big businessman, a deal maker. That the prices are down today because of the temporary reasons. And these temporary reasons will not be sustaining after 6 months. Right? These temporary reasons will not be sustaining after 6 months. And when these reasons will become natural, means will be normalized, then the stock price will come up again. And if we have seen 20-25% fall because of that, then there is a good opportunity to make 20-25% in 6 months. Nowhere it is made. But what is the irony? Irony is people want to make big money like a daily labor, very next day, like a salaried employee, at the end of the month at least. It cannot so happen. It can never so happen. If we are getting a job in TCS, India's second largest company, and we are offered a package of 20 lakh rupees or 30 lakh rupees or 1 crore rupees, still there is someone who is giving us 1 crore rupees. When we are trading in the stock market, we need to have that mindset, the mindset of a businessman. I'm not saying working in corporate is bad. This is not bad at all. We can become super rich while working in corporate. But we need to have two personalities. When we are doing job in office, we need to be employed. But when we are investing our money in a stock market, we need to become a businessman. Right? Are you getting my point? This particular point is very important to understand. As if I give you one example, almost in urban areas, in metro cities, big cities, those are like Bangalore, Hyderabad, Mumbai, Delhi, and a lot more other cities, 90% employees, 90% corporate employees are using credit card. Is this number correct? Almost 90% employees are using credit card. Do we think 90% businessmen, successful businessmen, are using credit card? And this is where the difference is. This is where the difference is. Businessman is saving money from their active income and putting that money to make more money. An employee, corporate employee, is spending the amount that he has not even earned, right, on the things that he doesn't need to have, or he need to show it off. For the people Those are not even friends. And we want to have a fortune like them, and we want to have a parties like them, and we want to have a circle like them, network like them. It will never happen. Our intentions are not important. Please remember, our intentions are not important. Our actions are important. There are a lot of people, those want to become rich, but not acting like to become rich. Are you getting my point? We need to become a businessman, and we need to remain employed till the time it becomes a necessity. It remains a necessity. That's it. And please remember, none of our kids need to become an employee anymore. It's a guarantee. If you could implement all the points in your life for next 5 years, you will never ask your kid to become an employee. Never means never. I have seen a lot of people, those are at the highest position in army and at the highest position in corporate. But when they are retiring, they don't have even 5 crore rupees. And they are at the most respected position. But in terms of money, they don't have even 5 crore rupees. And in today's time, 5 crore rupees is nothing. We know that. So what has happened? During their lifetime, during the lifetime of service, along with being in service, they have not acted parallelly as a businessman. That's it. They have done well in their service. They are highly intelligent. They have integrity. They have personality. They have knowledge. They have everything. But they have not invested their saving at the right place to make 20% every year. That's it. Right. But anyways, we have a long life. It's okay. The past is past. Even if we are 50 today, we have 40 more years to live. Even if we are 50 today, we have 40 more years to live. It doesn't make any difference. And to make 100 crore, we just need 18-20 years with a 20,000 per month investment. We had seen this calculation in the first session, right? So if we move on, then one important part here is the depreciation. To understand depreciation, we need to understand 3 things. One is depreciation, and second is fixed assets, and third is CWIP. These 3 things we need to understand. So these 3 terms should be understood simultaneously. Fixed assets, CWIP, and depreciation. People, those are from accounting background, might be knowing it already, but those are not from accounting background, I will tell them in a very simple way, very simple manner, in a very layman's language. For example, we have bought a computer. In a company, we have bought a computer. So that computer has a life of 3 years on an average. So that computer will be used for a period of 3 years in the company. So that is an expense for the company for 3 years, not for the 1 month. Right? That is the expense for the company for 3 years, not for the 1 month. So it will be shown as the expense over a period of 3 years on an average. So once we bought the computer, this computer, say for example, costed us almost 90,000 rupees. And this 90,000 rupees is an expense for 3 years. Means every year 30,000 rupees will be shown as the expense. And this 30,000 rupees will be equally divided in 12 months. So 2,500 rupees per month will be shown as the expense. And this expense will be shown as depreciation. This expense will be shown as depreciation. And this depreciation is shown in quarterly results as well as in the profit and loss statement. Depreciation. Right? However, interesting part to note down here is this 90,000 rupees company has already paid. Company had paid this 90,000 rupees at the time of buying the laptop. Company cannot say to the vendor that we will be paying you 2,500 rupees per month. So it means at the time of buying the asset, the entire payment has been made, but the entire payment has not been shown as the expense. Expense is being shown proportionately over a period of expected lifetime of that asset. Right? It means when we have already paid the amount for that computer, then at the time of showing this expense as depreciation, we are not paying anyone to anything to anyone. You got it? Because this 90,000 rupees we have already paid. Now, next month, when we are showing 2,500 rupees as the expense, it means this expense amount is not going to anyone. This is just an accounting entry to calculate right profit and loss amount. That's it. Got it? For example, a company had set up one factory with 100 crore rupees, and that factory has an estimated life of 20 years. So this 100 crore rupees will be shown as the expense over next 20 years proportionately. But the amount must have been paid at the initial stage itself, because vendors, suppliers will not be waiting for 20 years. It means 100 crore rupees divided by 20 years means 5 crore rupees every year. So this 5 crore rupees later on shown as the expense is not the cash outflow. Cash outflow has already happened. Now, in later years, this 5 crore rupees as depreciation is just an accounting entry. This is not the cash we need to give to someone. You got this point? So in the same manner, if we take an example here, JP Power, and we go back, we go down, we can see in the March quarter, there is a net loss of 2 crore rupees. In September quarter, there is a net loss of 1 crore rupees. So this 1 crore rupees is a net loss from accounting point of view. However, 120 crore rupees is the depreciation expense. And this 121 crore rupees need not to be given to anyone because the company must have paid this amount to the vendor. You understood this? Few people are not able to understand. Anyways, those who are unable to understand need to revisit this video, rewatch this video, and you will understand. And still, if after revising the session, you have any question, then I am there, Aditya is there, don't worry. Right? So in this case, when 121 crore rupees is depreciation, this amount has not been given to anyone, but this 1 crore rupees net loss is after deducting this amount. See, 218 crore minus 47 minus 137 minus 121. Then this is 6. Or any other calculation means this is might be some other figures as well, which is not here. So this 1 crore rupees is after deducting this 121 crore rupees. So company has cash surplus of 120 crore rupees. 121 adjusting this 1 crore rupees loss. So company has 120 crore rupees as cash. Company has extra cash now. Company is in a better position. But having a look at the net profitability, we might be thinking of that company's balance sheet is getting deteriorated with the loss. Whereas they have generated fresh 120 crore rupees of cash. Got it? This depreciation amount and this particular understanding help us a lot while analyzing turnaround stories. For example, company like Bajaj Hindustan Sugar. What we do see that this company made a 45 crore rupees of loss. Then question might be in our mind, from where this company will bring this 45 crore rupees to adjust this loss, to make up this loss. Company doesn't need to bring any amount because we have extra 53 crore rupees, which is in the nature of depreciation, and this depreciation amount we don't need to give to anyone. So company still have 8 crore rupees extra. You got it? Because these assets were installed by the company in early years. But if the company would be installing further capacity, then they need to bring in more cash. But in this situation, when company is struggling for survival and to bring their financial position better, debt-free, then it's very unlikely that company would be expanding. Company would be maintaining their existing plants and would try to make their balance sheet stronger, healthier, cleaner. You understand? Now, there is no difference between quarterly results and profit and loss statement. All figures are same. The only difference is these are quarterly figures and these are the yearly results. Quarterly results are compared quarterly with the last year. Means June quarter will be compared with the last year same quarter. But in case of profit and loss statement, we will be comparing 2022 results with the 2021 results. Balance sheet. We have already understood what is share capital. We have understood what is reserve. We have understood what is borrowing. What is other liabilities? Other liabilities are the amounts, those we have to pay but still not paid. For example, we have bought raw material from someone. So raw material has come. We were supposed to pay, but still not paid. We have to pay in future. Means this is a liability on the company to pay to someone else. Right? For example, company has deducted TDS but has not yet deposited. So it will be the liability. Company has deducted PF from the salary but yet not deposited with the authority. Company is deducting gratuity every month but will be paying only after 5 years or at the time of leaving the company. So that is a liability. All these things come in the other liabilities. Right? Then fixed assets. I have explained you the difference between fixed assets and CWIP is fixed assets means the operational capacity and CWIP means under installation, capital work in progress. That has not yet completed, that has not become operational. So if a company is setting up one more factory and that factory will be completed or will become operational after 1 year, and we have already spent 200 crore rupees on acquiring lands and erecting the building, then this amount will be shown in CWIP till the time the factory is not ready for operation. And once the factory will be, keep your question with you. We are going to Q&A very soon. So once the factory will be ready, this amount will be moving from CWIP to fixed assets. So CWIP gives us an idea that what is going to happen in future, if the company is going to have a much better revenue or not. For example, Alembic Pharma Limited. In case of Alembic Pharma, the installed capacity is of 1798 crore rupees. And in CWIP, we can see 2300 crore rupees. So once this 2300 crore rupees capacity will become operational, then definitely the sales will be growing more than 100% and net profit will also be more than 100%. So this gives us the idea about the future expansion, why the revenue will grow. If we see in case of Reliance Industries, then we can see the fixed assets was 1,58,000 crore and this is now 8,56,000 crore rupees, almost 9 times, right? And we can see 4 times the revenue and 4 times the net profitability. You got it? So we get an idea how the company is expanding their operations. TTM is the trailing 12 months, means the latest 12 months. Now, in balance sheet, we have gone through with the fixed assets and CWIP. Investment is it could be investment in other companies, it could be mutual fund, it could be anything else. We don't need to go in much detail, but still if you want to go in much detail, then we just need to go to the annual report. And in this annual report, we need to read the breakup of it. Sometimes this is important, sometimes this is not important, but in most of the cases, this is not important. To find, go to investment, click, and keep on searching, and we will be moving to the annexes. And we will get to know. For example, MOU signed with the government of Gujarat for a total investment of 5.95 lakh crore as part of investment promotion activity for Vibrant Gujarat Summit. These projects have potential to create 10 lakh direct indirect jobs. And a lot more. You will read a lot more. So then investment, and I was going to the annexer where the complete breakup was there. Let's see. We need to go to the balance sheet. Basically, the annual report shows a lot of other things as well. The complete detail of the business. Investment subsidiary companies and board of directors, profit. No. Investment non-current natures, financial statement. Here you will see the breakup. There is a breakup. Secured redeemable non-convertible debentures. Secured redeemable non-convertible debentures in Geo Digital Fiber Private Limited. Geo Digital Fiber Limited. Here will be the complete breakup. Reliance Industrial Infrastructure Limited and Alok Industries Limited. This is the investment. Gujarat Chemical Port Limited. This is the investment. Reliance Europe Limited. Jamnagar Utilities. Vadodara Environment Channel Limited. Here's the complete detail of all the investments. If we want to go through that, we can. We will be getting much more knowledge. Otherwise, from taking decision is concerned, this is not important. We know Reliance is the largest company, ever growing net profit, having a good means they have a friendly relations with any government, whether in center or state-wise or anywhere. But if we want to have a complete detail, then we have that information. We just need to go to the annual report and read a lot. Now, after that, there are other assets. Other assets are like other liabilities.
Sir, you have shared a different tab, I believe.
Sorry?
Like I'm seeing investments 143 by 388. Is it correct for everyone?
Yes, sir.
No, I didn't get you.
I think you shared a different tab on your screen.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, it's fine now.
Okay. All right. So there are other assets. Other assets are like inventories they do have, the payment they need to receive from others, the cash they do have, and other assets. All these things are not that important. But still, we should have a look at that inventory is growing with the increase in business, and cash they do have 48,000 rupees cash they do have. Cash flow, the only cash from operating activity is important. Cash from investing activity is not important. Cash from financing activity is not important. And this is also not important as such because these numbers are already reflected here. If there is an increase in inventory amount, then operating activities will be coming lower, like this, 24,000 crore rupees in minus, because 24,000 crore rupees of inventory has been increased. So cash flow is not important actually. And ratios we have already considered. Shareholding pattern we have already considered. So whatever was important, we have already discussed. Other than this, nothing is important as far as financial analysis is concerned. Nothing is important other than this. I myself don't go beyond that. All right. So financial analysis means my part on financial analysis is over. And there are two options. You can ask questions today, or you can ask questions after going through the videos again tomorrow, because there could be a few things those are new to you, and in the first instance you might not be able to understand. So better would be to ask the questions after revising the session, but still if you have few questions, then I'm there.
We can have a small Q&A maybe.
Yes, please. Yes, Vivek.
So one is that what is the difference between paid up capital and share capital?
Basically, earlier there were options to have the share capital in parts, but nowadays paid up capital is the share capital. There's no difference.
Okay.
Paid up capital is the actual share capital we usually talk about.
Sir, I had a question.
Mhm.
So talking about CWIP,
Hmm.
is it also considered while calculating ROCE? Because both are like, it is like capital which is in work but hasn't produced anything, and it is return on capital employed.
Yes,
So
yes.
okay. Sir,
And
another
because of the high CWIP, ROCE usually comes down.
yes. Sir, another question that I had, sir, it might be a trivial question, sir, but sir, to operate a stock for an operator, on an average, how much percentage of stock do they need to accumulate or own? Because thinking about companies like HDFC or like big companies which have like lakhs of crores of market capitalization, they need to have like really, really deep pockets.
In
So-
those cases, the operators are FIAs and AIIs.
Okay.
In those cases, operators are not individuals.
Okay.
Vivek, also a lot of people actually put a lot of importance on EBITDA level. So is that important or net profit is as you see
Net
that?
profit is the only important thing. Ultimately, what comes into the company? What is added in the reserve?
Hmm.
EBITDA level will be talked about by the startups.
Okay.
Those really want to hide the real numbers.
Mhm.
This is a different way to present the performance. They want to hide the real numbers.
Okay.
They will always be talking about the increment in revenue and the EBITDA. That's it. How can we ignore tax? EBITDA means earning before depreciation, interest, tax, amortization. How can we ignore interest? And how can we ignore taxes?
Hmm.
And we cannot ignore the depreciation as well. Because to grow, see, depreciation can be ignored in case of turnaround stories. But depreciation cannot be ignored in a growing company. Because in growing company, they need to put in a lot of money to expand the capacity.
Mhm.
Right? So depreciation cannot be ignored there. So this
But
is
probably if you're may not be relevant for our trading perspective, but if you're evaluating a company, a business, for example, investing at an IPO level or something, then probably.
in IPO, we should never invest money.
Mhm.
The simple reason is if the IPO is good, we will not be getting the allotment. And if the IPO is not good, then we will be getting the allotment. Means it's like marry a girl who we have never seen, who is in the parda. If this is Aishwarya Rai, we will never get her. If this is Mayavati, then karna kya hai uska?
No, I didn't mean that, you need to invest, put in money for IPO application only. I'm saying, but if you are reasonably sure that the business is like, for example, a monopolistic kind of business.
Till the time there is no profitability, nothing will work. Otherwise, why Nykaa share is coming down? Why delivery share is coming down? I have made videos on both of these stocks. Why cartrade.com is coming down? Why life insurance corporation itself is coming down?
Let's take example of Harsha and Sharma,
Harsha
these
and Sharma.
Harsha International.
Okay.
So they make some kind of sorry, they make some kind of instrument for ball bearing business, basically some kind of jackets. And
See, in short term, see, we need to understand one more thing. A bad company can be sustained at a higher level by the operators, but it will not remain there. For the time being, it can be hanged at the higher level. And a and a good company simultaneously can be kept at a lower level, but it will not remain there. So in opposite directions, stocks can move, but they will not stay there. And we need to safeguard ourselves. Till the time net profitability is not there, why we are putting money into that business? We need to have money to take it home. And that is not EBITDA. That is the net profit.
I'll talk to you separately because I have a tendency of trying to catch them young. So,
Let me tell you, HDFC Bank is a young company.
right.
How? The simple reason, per capita income of Indians is $2,000 and we are going to have $30,000 after 20 years. So we are, HDFC Bank is a young company. Young doesn't mean new.
Right.
Young means that has the scope to grow. Right?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, bhai.
Hi, this is Saurav here.
Yes, sir.
My question is regarding the pledging. The promoters pledge their shares to get the more amount, more funds from the bankers or something. Is this possible that sometimes they pledge to get more amount so that they can invest again in the same company and expand it? It's also good, right, for the company?
But there is a risk involved.
Yeah, but they are also investing back in the company itself, and
No. They are not doing for this. If the company need to expand, then promoters don't need to take a loan. The company will be taking the loan.
yeah, but what if the promoters want to get hold of that company more, something like that?
No, but when the company is taking a loan, then promoters holding is not getting diluted. The number of shares are same. Their percentage will remain same. Borrowing does not dilute the existing holders, existing shareholders.
Yeah, but what if the promoters want to gain more like percentage? If they are at the 65 now and they want
Yeah.
to take
So
75,
so so this is what
yes.
has been done by the Anil Agarwal and company, means Vedanta. This is
Mhm.
what Vedanta Limited promoters have done. But there is a risk again,
Mhm.
because the right to buy and sell shares, right to sell shares is with the bankers now.
Right. So and that means the pledging
It's not good.
it's
It's not
always a negative side, right?
always, even if that is a TCS.
Mhm.
Sir,
I have one doubt.
excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, is it good to have a multiple demat accounts as you have said?
See, I have multiple demat accounts because I have demat accounts for different objectives, for different goal. For example, one demat account I have only to roam around the globe after 10 years, means for traveling only. So I have accumulated few lakh rupees in that is growing. And once that will become 10 crore rupees, then from the dividend itself, I will be roaming. I will be traveling around. So for different objectives, we should have different accounts.
Sir, please explain more, sir.
What are the others?
One account is for my daughter, one account is for my son, one account is for charity going forward, and so on.
Can you also differentiate between, for example, we put money onto strategy on the same share?
Yes, that is also possible. And in
So it
all
becomes
my different accounts, I usually apply different strategies as well.
correct. So otherwise it becomes very cumbersome to keep a track on in FIFO.
No, it doesn't become cumbersome. We just need to maintain the Google sheet. That's it.
No, still, for example, I take a CWH at say 300 rupees.
It looks like that we are selling in loss, but we are not selling at loss that time. It looks like that we are selling with less profit because it is being averaged out. So it depends. I would say there is no need to have different accounts for the sake of using different strategies. It's a choice. It's a choice. I'm comfortable in maintaining the Google sheet and selling on the basis of Google sheet itself.
And since you cannot open with the same broker, which are the other preferred ones apart from Zerodha?
So the first preference is to Zerodha, then Upstocks and Angel Broking, and lastly 5paisa. Otherwise, as such, there is no difference. After Zerodha, all are same. Zerodha is having the best platform, and other than Zerodha, all are same. The worst platform is of Upstocks.
Okay.
Platform.
Upstock, Angel, and what was the last one you said?
5paisa.
So you invest heavily in the 5%. I means not heavily. You are like using that system, and
No,
you are keeping that the
you,
last option. So
you said it right. I'm heavily invested in 5paisa.
okay, okay, and you
I
are
have
keeping
one
it
doubt.
Not on 5.
So I have a question.
Yes, please.
Sir, you said that cash flow is not important, but we hear that if a company has a good cash flow, it is a good thing.
See, that cash flow is actually, I have already described. Net profit plus depreciation is the cash flow. The cash flow shown at the bottom, cash flow from operating activities, cash flow from that, cash flow from that, all that is accounting entry.
Okay.
Cash flow means whether company is making real cash or not. Cash flow means that.
So it's net profit plus depreciation, you're saying?
Exactly. That is the net cash. The company is generating.
I
Sir,
have a question.
Yes, please.
Sir, if in book value, I have some doubt.
Mhm.
If a company have book value of 20 rupees, that company will delisted, the shareholder can get 20 rupees or not?
No. Delisting process is totally different. In case of delisting, the better is to exit when the stock is still trading in the market. Never wait for delisting, because at the time of delisting, we don't get anything. We just remain with the number of shares in a unlisted company.
I lost around 20,000 when I was newbie in this market, because the stock which I was bought, like Sunil High Tech, it got delisted. I was very it was my first stock actually.
Okay. So,
Vivek, I have a question on depreciation, which we have discussed. I understand the concept that if company has invested, let's say 10 crore rupees on purchasing a truck for the life of 10 years, then 1 crore rupees would be depreciation every year. But the cash flow happens on the first year. So that cash flow of 10 crore rupees, where it would be, they would be adding it into the fixed asset, or they would be adding it into investment. Somewhere they would be adding it. So where they would be adding it?
They would be adding it in the fixed assets.
Fixed asset. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
sir, I had a question. So, sir, I think on day 2, you gave us a list of V40, V40 Next, and V200. And V40 and V40 Next are totally based on the on the financials, like the ROC, market capitalization. So, like, it's an amateur question. So I do need to go back to financials every time when I have to trade, or just seeing the technical chart, because I already know it's a good company.
So when you are trading in V40 and V40 Next, you don't need to go back to the financials every time. You just need to trade, and at the end of every quarter, you just need to see the quarterly results, and that's it.
Okay. Sir, another question. So, sir, you told that in your entire trading career, you just lost money on one stock. And you also told that when we are trading, we can win 6 to 7 of our bets, but when we are investing, it's like 2 to 3. So, sir, how did you manage to win like most of yours? And you are
That is a good question, actually. That is a good question. So my answer for this is, this is not my expertise. This is not my expertise that I have lost money only in one stock. This is the God's grace on me. This is the blessing I have got, due to which it has happened. There's no other answer.
Sir, how can we
So
attract God's blessing to
I
us?
was 5-year-old when I had this mala in my neck, right? And I was instructed by my grandfather that you need to chant every day at least for 1 hour. I was 5 years old then. And since then, I'm doing this. Every day, 10 to 12 in the night is my chanting time. So after completing the session, now also I will be chanting for 2 hours, and then I will go to sleep.
Wow.
So then you wake up.
काफी लोग पागल कहते हैं मुझे ऐसे, but that's okay. If a pagal is making too much money, then this is fine.
So, sir, chanting will help us attract more God's
Chanting will
grace.
give you everything. Karan bhai, yes, please.
Sir, just 2 questions. Number 1, are the discount brokers safe? Because I read somewhere and saw some YouTube
They are
videos.
absolutely safe, bhai. Absolutely.
Sure. Okay. Because they said the response time, if any fraud has taken place, by the discount brokers is very slow, and by the time people have lost a lot of money. So if you are saying they are safe, then it's all right, because it's okay. Fraud can happen to anyone, but the response
This is
time takes
absolutely
time.
fine. This is absolutely fine. See, we just need to secure our password. That's it. We don't need to share it with anyone. We don't need to share the OTP with anyone. So as we are keeping our banking account safe and secure, in the same way, we need to take care of our Demat account as well.
Okay.
Otherwise, this is completely safe.
Okay. Second question is, in your V40 list, why there is no Reliance Industries in that?
Now there is a Reliance Industry.
Okay, because the what we
Earlier
downloaded
one might be this was not updated. One particular stock. Now we have Reliance Industries. Earlier we were not having Reliance Industry because of the very high debt.
Okay. Well,
But now the debt has been reduced, so it has become the part of our V40 list. Yes.
Sir, one more question, sir, please.
Mhm.
Sir, you are role model to us,
Thank you.
especially for newcomers. Sir, out of the way, I want to ask you, sir, what's your daily routine? We actually want to become you.
Daily routine.
Yes, sir.
We will do vlog.
So vlog will not work, but I can tell you right now, right here, I do get up at 6 o'clock or 6:50 in the
Right, sir.
morning, and
Right, sir.
I do start reading book at 6:30 maximum. And for 1 hour to 1.5 hour, or sometimes 2 hours, I do read books. So first task I do to read book in the morning.
Right, sir.
So it creates motivation, it gives me knowledge, and it gives me focus. And this is the best form of meditation. Reading the books are the best form of meditation.
Right, sir.
Okay. After that, by 9 o'clock, means 8:30 to 9 o'clock, I do get ready and I am on my seat at 9 o'clock. Then I do see my all positions. What is happening? I do go through all the charts. Until 10 o'clock, I just do nothing else but having a look and feel of the stock market of that day.
So you do not trade before 10?
I don't trade on regular basis.
Right, sir.
I'm not a regular trader. I'm trading in the same manner as I'm teaching you.
Right, sir.
Till the time target is not being achieved, I'm not selling anything.
Right, sir.
And if I will not sell anything, then I won't have money to invest.
Right, sir.
So I don't need to find a new stock till the time I don't sell anything.
Right, sir.
Then 10 o'clock, I start clearing my WhatsApp, and a lot of calls, those were accumulated.
Right, sir.
1 hour, I do spend from 10 to 11 in that.
Right, sir.
Then my analysis time starts. I do analyze stocks for 4 hours, almost 11 to 3.
Daily, sir.
Daily.
Right, sir.
Then 3 o'clock, my lunch. 3:30 lunch is over.
Right, sir.
If video will come, then I will make video. If no video, then I will again go back to reading.
Sir, when will the time will come for exercise?
Exercise will be at 7 o'clock evening. So I do keep on asking myself, what is the pending task with me? What is the pending task with me? Sometimes small task relating to my CA keep on asking me, this report Vivek bhaiya bhej do, this report chahiye, ye report chahiye, ye report chahiye. वो सब चीजें चलती रहती हैं. अदरवाइज मेरा टास्क सिर्फ दो तीन चीजों का टास्क मेरा फिक्स है. नंबर 1, एक्सरसाइज एट 7 o'clock in the evening, chanting 10 to 12 नाइट में, and book reading morning में,
Right,
that
sir.
is 6:30 to 8:30, and stock analysis 4 hours 11 to 3, and in between, otherwise if I don't have anything, then reading is the best option.
Right, sir.
And इसी बीच में अगर बेटी का कुछ work होता है, then I do complete that. If I have something to do in the market with my wife, then I go to complete that task. Means I don't mind going out in market hours as well. I don't mind.
सर इस ड्यूरिंग दैट्स जर्नी मैडम की सपोर्ट आपको कहाँ रहती है और कैसे आप
अभी देखिए मैडम की रहती है और कहाँ से सपोर्ट मिलेगी भाई?
नहीं सर मीन टू से
She has supported. My wife has supported in every way. Otherwise, we cannot do anything.
Sir, a question.
Yes, please.
Sir, for example, we traded a stock on basis of Knoxville. हमने buying signal पे we took an entry, and when we had a selling signal we sold it. And at that particular moment, there is a cup with handle, and with respect to cup with handle, buying signal फिर again आ रहा है. So should we book profit पहले as per first strategy and then re-enter into it?
No, unnecessary. There is no need to do a transaction. If we can assume that immediately after booking profit, we might be buying based on the another signal, then there is no need to sell. We can switch.
Okay, fine. Then we can just stay with the position and let
Exactly.
Right.
Yes.
Vivek, is there some kind of yardstick that how much cash we should keep dry? I mean, what you call dry powder or whatever.
I do. I do see this as the saving account money. I would say 3 months expenses in our saving account are more than enough. Rest all means everything rest should be invested in the market to make more money.
Okay, you don't keep anything for a great fall or something. Maybe.
No, we don't know when it would happen.
Okay, and the second question is that, for example, if I shift my money from saving account to Zerodha in anticipation of some purchase tomorrow or day after or whatever, then is it good to just let it be with Zerodha for as long as I find the opportunity, or should I put it in some liquid ETF or something like that?
You will always find the opportunity. So there is no question when you are transferring from saving to Zerodha, you don't find any opportunity. There won't be a case. There will always be opportunities.
So one is always 100% invested.
All successful traders are always 100% invested. Always.
So if you see a good opportunity and you're already 100% invested, then do you liquidate something to invest in that?
No. I will sell only at the target.
So you let the opportunity pass.
Of course, because opportunities are more than the available fund, always.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Sir, I'm not sure if this question is a good one or not, but sir, when the patterns of be it CWH or reverse head and shoulder, so the operators are also aware that, because they are making the pattern, right? So they are also aware. So, so when the plan is revealed, so they will also, are you getting my question, sir?
Yeah, I got your question. So the answer is that only 1 or 2% people are disciplined, and only 5% people have ever tried to learn the technical analysis.
Right.
So rest of the 95% people even don't know what is happening in the chart patterns. They don't even have a look at it. That's why.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So now the question is, sir, you said that the operators will accumulate all the stocks at the lower price and then they'll take it higher. So how do they actually take it higher? When they accumulate the stocks at the lower level, when they buy more stocks, the price will already it goes up now. So how again they'll take it up?
The way they brought it down.
See, to increase the price, they need to sell it to their friend at a higher price, and their friend will sell it at a further higher price back to them.
Okay, so after accumulating, they'll kind of play like this.
Exactly. After accumulation, only they will play like this.
Oh, okay, sir.
They play ping pong.
Yes.
So sometimes in the balance sheet, I see the reserves come down and the shares, the share capital also come down. What could be the reason, sir?
That is the buyback. Because of the buyback of shares, they are reducing the number of shares. That's why.
Okay, so
The company is reducing the number of shares from the market by paying to the existing shareholders and
Okay,
reducing the number of reducing the number of shares. Like a lot
Yes.
of IT companies do keep on doing this.
okay.
Is it a
All right.
good thing?
This is not bad actually. This is okay. When company don't find any other area to spend that money to increase income, they usually reduce the number of shares.
Okay. So last question. So ROC and ROE ka difference, sir. Return on capital employed includes the borrowings also, sir.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, and equity doesn't include the borrowing.
Yes, yes,
That-
true. True.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, I
Then,
had
sorry, sir. Then for NBFCs and bankings, you ask us to see the ROEs instead also. So when we don't see when we don't include the borrowings into picture, then how?
Yeah, we are not including because in case of NBFC and banking, the borrowing is not a kind of borrowing. The borrowing is like an inventory that is being used for making money.
Correct, sir. So on the total, because borrowing is plays a very important role as you compare to two banks, right? So Punjab National Bank and the
So
other.
in that case, we are removing borrowing from both the parts, means from the profitability as well as from the capital amount as well. You don't need to understand that at all because that is just an accounting entry. That is something relating to accounting.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Few things we need to skip, and that is one of them. So don't worry. Had it been
Okay,
important, I would have told you.
Yeah, all right, sir. Thanks.
Sir, do you use any other strategy apart from the ones you're teaching us?
I have 119 strategies with me,
Oh, wow.
and that number is increasing.
Tomorrow we are going to learn 2 more.
Yeah, tomorrow we are going to learn 2 more.
So when is going to be a class that we missed? Because this is
Probably Saturday.
Next Saturday.
next Saturday.
Yeah, probably.
Vivek, today
So
there
what
is a
happens if I miss the class? I mean, if I'm not able to attend because I'm traveling and I'm going
So
off to a village.
you will be getting the recordings. Why to worry?
But the last class it will be to interact.
आप फोन पे बात कर लेना.
Vivek, I know you don't take it into consideration that what is the pricing of the market as of now, but there is a news from Nitin Kamath today saying that the equity market in India is very, very expensive right now, and retail investors should not accumulate any.
You know where Nitin Kamath is investing his money?
Yeah.
Even in the much more riskier asset class, which is the startup. And that guy is saying this. Why? Because he wants retail investors' money not to put in equity, but to put in debt instruments, debt mutual funds, from where he could get consistent commission. These retail investors are actually bringing their salary saving to the market, taking some risky trades and losing money and not doing any activity with their demat account, with their trading account, and not generating revenue for the Nitin Kamath. But when he will be telling that this is a risky asset, he's saying that we should invest in debt mutual funds so that amount is same, means we are not making much money, but principal amount is intact and safe, and Nitin Kamath is getting consistent commission on that debt mutual fund. Otherwise, he himself.
News doesn't mention any investment of Nitin Kamath or any recommendations, though.
Sorry?
It is. No, the news does not actually include any investment of Nitin Kamath or mention to any mutual fund, etc. as a recommendation.
See, why he will let that news means coupled with this news. These are the operators. He's a businessman.
But this is also a known fact. I mean, I'm just taking it a little away from our current topic, but it's a known fact that when you compare the companies listed in, say, US market and all, the kind of P's at which our companies are trading in India is really sometime, I mean, it bothers you that,
Currently, Amazon PE is more than 100, even after the fall.
maybe one odd company, but I can't rattle out right now because I don't trade in US market much. But
I do read. I do read. They are not cheap.
But there are quite a few which are actually less than 20 or
We
10
also have
good companies.
We also have good companies available at less than 20. Even ICICI Securities is available at 12, 13 PE. Lux Industries is available at 15, 16 PE.
PNB also, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not like that, Vivek bhai.
Something.
See, all these are published with an intention. All these news are published with an intention. I have a big client base in US and I'm consulting them. So I'm completely aware of what is happening in US, what is the valuation in US, what is the valuation in German stock exchange, what is the valuation in London stock exchange, what is happening in Europe, and Japan side, I don't have a focus at all.
Like I believe General Motor is actually at much lower P than say Tata Motors and all that. I remember one or
Tata Motors is a loss maker.
Yeah.
And they don't have a large growing population. We need to understand where their market is. In America, 980 people out of 1,000 have cars. So where the growth is coming from? Nowhere. But in India, only 22 people out of 1,000 people have car, and all of are going to have cars going forward. We have a growing market.
But in absolute term, Americans also will require a replacement, which is much higher than probably our additional numbers.
No, they will need replacement, and we will need replacement as well as upgradation as well as new cars. We will have three things. They will have just replacement. We will have replacement and upgradation as well, because going forward, all are not going to drive Maruti Alto. These will be upgraded, and upgraded one also will be replaced, and the new one will also come. We have much larger market, much larger market.
Sir, can you please open the chart for ICICI Lombard?
बताओ उसमें क्या है?
Sir, उसमें मैंने अभी identify करा and I just wanted to check. Reverse head and shoulder pattern है and उसके
all these chart patterns, you just need to take a screenshot and you just need to share on the group. Sorry, not on the group, but on the WhatsApp.
अच्छा, आपको कर दूं क्या?
हाँ, जो नंबर दिया हुआ है ना आपको, ग्रुप वाला जो नंबर है 7303 है ना, प्लीज डू दैट.
सर प्लीज एक बार वो कर दो, उसका क्या कहते हैं, सेरा सैनिटरी वेयर का, प्लीज सर.
Sera sanitary ware is a part of our V40 next or V40? No.
Let me check once.
No, sir, no.
No, that is not the part of that.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes, then reverse head and shoulder and cup fit handle is not applicable.
Then outside V40 and V40 next, we don't need to even check that.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Okay. So, is there any question left? For
One
question. Last question.
Your top 10 companies you have invested most, top 10 stocks.
It doesn't make any difference because my risk appetite and my understanding could be different from yours. So let's don't get confused, because my 40% money is invested in PNB. So I could be in different situations, of course.
Sir, आपने सर बोला था सर कि आप एक क्लास में बताओगे that from here how we can take our learning to
Yes.
another.
So that will be in the last session.
Okay. Sir, at Saturday or tomorrow?
Yes.
Do tomorrow.
Sir, now you are the owner of PNB.
I am the
owner of PNB.
I am the owner of all the stocks I do have, a partial one, of course.
Sir, it means you are an HNI. You have used 7 accounts to buy PNB, and
See, PNB's 1% market cap means shareholding means 400 crore rupees. I don't have that much money.
Vivek, Sarah is part of V40 next.
Sarah is
Yes.
part of that?
Yes.
Okay, he's happy now.
सर अब शेयर करना पड़ेगा. सर इस पे कप विद हैंडल बन रहा है क्या?
This one?
यस सर.
No.
ये
No. Why? Because green candle body should not be crossed.
अच्छा.
The neckline would be up to here.
हाँ फिर तो नहीं है.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
But why can't we just take it to the first, red candle just before that green one?
No,
And
no.
then it becomes,
This one?
no, just one before the green.
Here?
Sorry, one after the green.
Here?
Yeah.
No, see, we should not start the cup from the midway.
Okay.
We should start the cup from the resistance. So midway is not the resistance. This is the consistency of fall. It should
Like
be at the peak.
sometime with the handle, you say that, okay, it made a breakout, but then came back.
Yeah, so in that case, what I can allow is the red candle or the wick, but not the green body.
No, but in case of a sort of false breakout at the cup level, handle level, in a complex cup and handle or complex reverse head and shoulder.
But the beginning should be from the peak only, on the left hand side. Yeah, the cup cannot start from the midway.
Okay, that I.
सर इधर में सर एक बार वापस शेयर करूं.
बोलो.
सर उधर में मान लो ऑपरेटर उसको पूरा वापस वहां तक ऊपर ले जाता है, तो मैं उसको मान सकता हूँ कि हाँ अब शायद ये हैंडल बनाएगा.
हमें मानना नहीं है.
Handle base.
We have to see the base formation as well.
Okay.
We have to see the breakout. We have to see the green candle. आपको जल्दी है ट्रेड लेने की?
नहीं, ये ड्राइवर से पहले जाना चाहते हैं.
अभी नए कुछ 3-4 स्टॉक्स आइडेंटिफाई करे थे तो सोचा.
That's why I'm saying जो हमारी लर्निंग है ना, उस लर्निंग को एज इट इज लो.
So what if we can see 2-3 patterns? Then which pattern should we trade? Which should be the pattern that should be given more importance?
Where the potential gain is much more than the other one. The one that is having much more potential gain.
Also, Vivek, in couple of cases I have seen the second handle has been made. I mean, the base has been formed or something. So we missed out the opportunity on the first handle in a cup and handle. We should take the trade on the second handle, right?
Of course. Till the time this is available below the initial buying zone, buying area or buying amount, we can buy, of course. Yes.
सर जैसे 2-3 ट्रेड्स अवेलेबल हैं, बट अब दोनों 2 या 3 में से कैसे सिलेक्ट करें, किसको चूज करना है? दैट शुड बी
V40 group company should be given the preference.
Right.
V40 next should be given the second preference. And V200 should be given the last preference.
We should give preference potential gain that is 35 or 40% के बीच में.
V40 first preference, V40 next second preference, and the third preference is to V200.
Yes.
And sir, what do you usually recommend when we start? Say we start with the V40 and we go with each stock and try to find all the patterns. Or I'm just confused as to how to start and decide on an opportunity. Okay. So what do you recommend that we do at least at the beginning?
At the beginning, you should stay only with the V40 companies. Don't go outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, sir.
Sir, I have one question. Yeah, so my question is that in one of the initial sessions, you had mentioned that there are many people who are busy with job or business, etc. And then they can spare 15-20 minutes or half an hour and check patterns in these V group of companies. But if we are interested and if we have time, if we can spare say 2 hours per day in studying these stocks, or invest in the stock market and for learning more, or doing something like that, then what should we do?
You should wait for the tomorrow session when we will be learning the best strategy 3 times in 3 years, where more time investment is required.
Pardon me, sir, where?
You just need to wait for tomorrow.
Okay, fine.
So, sir, just last doubt. Sir, I have sent you the chart.
I doubt.
100%. Sir, I have sent you the chart pattern, sir. Wow, sir, till when can you reply to that?
Tomorrow itself.
Vivek, if you are actually trading in V40 companies and you know these are the best companies you are trading in and looking for opportunity, then say for example a company like Bajaj Finance, if it goes to something like 5220 in front of you, but it is not making any Kabid holder or RHS the way we want it, it is actually at the bottom of the head.
In that case, it will be giving a signal based on moving average strategy or Knoxville.
Okay. I mean, why will somebody not get tempted to invest at that point? That's what I
Yes. So we have that's why we have learned that strategy as well.
Even at that point, something or the other needs to be followed. The strategy will be there.
Yeah, strategy is there. So either of any of these strategies would be applicable. Either it could be V10, it could be cuff with handle, or reverse head and shoulder, of course. And the best would be Knoxville and moving average. These will be giving us indicator to buy.
There's no strategy we follow on RSI.
There is no need actually. RSI is a lagging indicator, and that is not directly reflecting the operator's movement.
Understood. Thank you, Vivek. I think I had fair share of my questions today.
Sir, one question related to the portfolio.
Yes.
Yeah. So initially, say if you start with 10 lakh rupees and 3% would be 30,000. And every month, if I add some money to this portfolio, say after I get my salary, I add 50,000 more, say every month. And then for the next upcoming trades, should the 3% be considered on the total portfolio value?
Total portfolio.
Total portfolio. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, buddy. Okay. Good night. See you tomorrow at 10 o'clock.
Thank you so much, Vivek.
Good night.
Happy
Thank you, everyone.
Good night. Good night.
Good night, sir.
Good night.